everyone, you're welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew a very simple inner for your kimono, your afterdress abaya, and you can as well wear this as a gown if you want. But I used mine as inner for my kimono. So it's a very simple A-line gown with waist belt, and we have cut together sleeve, and we have asymmetric neckline, as you can see. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew. Hi guys, my name is Fatima Yusuf, and on this platform I share sewing tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's just get straight into it. So for this particular gown, I'll be using 2 yards of crepe fabric. So I got this sweet crepe fabric. You know, crepe fabric comes in different texture. So you give it 2 folds like I normally do, right? Then you'll be needing your bust and your waist measurement. Like I said, it's 2 yards. I've already given it the 2 folds like I normally fold my fabrics. I went ahead to measure the full length, and it was a little bit more than 60. So definitely I'm not hemming the down part because of my length. Then I went ahead to measure the wideness because that's what I'll be using for my sleeve length. Then I had close to 17, right? So that's my sleeve length in this case, as you can see. So it's close to 17. Normally if you're using 2 yards, it's supposed to be about 18, but I'm not sure. This one they didn't measure it correctly, so that's why. Next I'll go on with the neckline. I would use 3 inches for the wideness. You can use more, you can use less, but 3 to 3.5 is okay. Now go down for the back neckline. That's going to be a round neckline, right? I use 3 inches also, so I use 3 by 3, right? And I've formed my round neckline, as you can see, 3 by 3. After marking that, the next thing is I'm going to mark the shoulder slope. I'm using 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'm going to mark it, and I'm taking a slant line to meet my neckline width. That's why it's loopy. It's actually optional because it's cut together sleeve, so you might not use the shoulder slope if you want. Down of my shoulder slope, I will now measure how wide I want my sleeve to be, my sleeve opening, right? So I went ahead to mark 10 inches. That's what I marked here, 10 inches. Now inward of my 10 inches, I'm going to extend the straight line inward. That was going to serve as my bust line in this case, right? And then from my shoulder, as you can see, I'm going to go down to 16 inches. 16 inches would be my waistline, or your half length line in this case. So it's a very simple A-line gown, basic A-line gown we are making. Now on that my bust line, I'm going to divide my bust is 38. I'll divide by 4. It will give me 9.5. So I'm going to mark that 9.5. So yours might not be 9.5. Just divide your bust circumference by 4. Then I added 3 inches allowance, 3 inches, right? So on the waistline, I'll do same thing. My waist is 30. I'll divide by 4. It's going to give me 7.5. I'm going to mark it, and after marking it, the allowance, I'll add 3 inches allowance. You can use 2 if you want, but I wanted it to be very free, and then we are using belts, so that's why I use 3 inches allowance. Now I'm going to join those 2 points together, right? And then the rest, from the waist to the end of the gown, I'll take a slant line to meet the end of the gown. You can as well use your hip line to your hip measurement to check how wide you want the down part to be, but for me it's going to work out. That's why I didn't cross check the hip measurement. So we are done, and you can see I formed the curve around the armpit part, right? Good. I went ahead to cut the neckline for both back and front, my shoulder slope, and I'm going to cut the side. And if you notice, the angle at the armpit part is curvy, not pointed, right? So I'll just take it straight down. In case you're confused on how many fabric you'll be needing, your hip circumference, the total hip circumference, add about 15 to 20 inches to it. You are good to go. That'll be okay for you. So now I'm done cutting, right? For this particular one, I'm not going to be covering the under part here. I'm going to leave it like that. So I had to slit open one part of the sleeve because one part will be fully closed. Yeah, so we are done cutting here, right? As you can see. So this excess that I have left, I have 4 of it. One is joined, the other one is 2 pieces. So these 2 pieces, right, I'm going to be using that to make my belt, my side belt. This one, there are 2, so I'm going to keep that aside for side belt, right? Keep that aside. And this one is joined, so I'm going to be using this to cut out interface for my back neckline and front neckline, because my back neckline is round while my front is asymmetric. I was thinking of adding it to the sleeve, but it wasn't going to work out, so I was just using to cut out interface. So I'm not using bias in this case. I'll be using my same fabric. So now I'm going to pick the one I want to use as front, the one I want to use as back. So I'll open up the one that will be serving as my front piece here. We are going to mark out asymmetric neckline, very simple. So one side I'll go down by 5 inches, right? I wanted 5, then I decided to go for 4 because the last time I used 5, I think it was too deep for me. I didn't like it. So I went down 4, right? Then I'll just take a curve from this other side to meet down my 4 inches. And that's how you can easily draft asymmetric neckline, very easy. So I'll just cut that one out and we have our asymmetric neckline. So I used 4, right? No, 5. But you can use 5 if you want it deeper. You can use 6, 7, depends on your choice. But since I'm working with a kimono, there's only for the inner to have a very deep neckline. You get it? So that's our front neckline. So I'll be using these pieces like I told you guys earlier to cut out interface for it. You can as well, you can trace out your asymmetric neckline on it when you place it. You can place it on it, right? And then trace it out. But I didn't want to do that in this case, so I'll just be stitching it on the fabric. Then when I'm done stitching, I'll now cut off the excesses. That's what we are going to do. So first I just cut out the one I feel will be okay for it, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine, make it right face within right face, and I'll just stitch in this direction. So this is me stitching. I'm done stitching, right? The next thing is just to cut off the excess, and then I'll notch the angle that needs to be notched. So there's an angle formed right here. You just notch it. Make sure it doesn't affect your stitch, please. Then I'll take it like this. I'll trim it off. I want a triangle. I want it to be like a triangle. So I have 3 sides. I'm going to hem the 3 sides, the left and right, and also hem the down part. You can weave it if you have a weaving machine, it's easier. So for the round neckline, that's the back. I'll also cut out interface for it, so you just watch carefully. You understand, it's very easy to understand. Fold your fabric, place your neckline on it, and then you just cut off your neckline, trim it, trace it on the fabric, and then you just trim the excesses. Depends on the shape you want. You want a round shape, you want a triangle shape like mine, your choice. So I'll go ahead and also stitch right face facing right face, right? And I'm done here, and I've hemmed the 3 sides for both back and the front neckline, as you can see. So this is the back neckline, it's a round neckline, so I'll just notch around, making sure it doesn't touch my stitches, please. So I'll notch. I've already stitched the 3 sides. I've hemmed it. Like I said, if you have a weaving machine, you can weave it, no problem. So I'm going to turn into the right face, give it a good iron press, and I'll be using my hemming tape to tape it down, right? So it can stick to the fabric. So this is just me putting my hemming tape, and then I'll just use my hot iron to press it down. And your neckline is ready, or your necklines are ready for both back and front. Very easy. This is actually neater than bias, but in case you want to bias your neckline, please do. It's not must, you must use this interface. So I've done that, as you can see, right? So I'll go ahead and join the shoulder together. I'll make sure my fabric meets right face facing right face. That's what I'm going to make sure. Then I'll stitch the shoulder using 0.5 inch. When I've done that, I'll hem the sleeve opening. Then the excesses that is left down that I removed at first, I'll use it to create belts. I didn't know the camera was out of frame. Yeah, the fabric was not showing, but I was explaining what I want to do with. That's the excess, right? I use it to form belts. I didn't know it was out of frame, I'm sorry. But to actually cut belts, if you've been on my channel for a long time, making belts won't be a problem, right? So I'll just use that excesses left to create my belt, my side belt. You can use any measurement you want. Then for the length, you can use from 25 to 30 inches. That should be the length of your belt, 25 to 30 inches. The wideness depends on your choice. The style of belt you want to make depends on your choice. So I'll make the 2 belts, and I'll stitch it to one of the pieces, whether back or front, at the waist area. That's where I'm going to stitch the belt to. And then after I stitch the shoulder, I hem the sleeve, right? Then I join the bodies together in this direction. So what I did was I measured what I want for the sleeve opening. So I was left with 1 inch, right? So I measured here, so I stitched from here 1 inch. Then the side I used 0.5 inch. I remember I already stitched my belt to one of the piece, so it's already there. And that's all. Then you can hem the down part if you want, and your inner is ready. You can as well wear this as a gown if you like short sleeve gowns, like you see it on me without the kimono. So this is it on me. So you see, this is something you can wear as a gown if you want. right? Yeah, so I used 2 yards to make this, and this is it without the belt. And you see what, look, oh god, look how cute it is. Tell me this is not cute. I know it's cute. So you can easily make this for yourself, for a gown, for your kimono to wear as inner, your choice. I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you've learned one or two from this tutorial. If you have, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me that thumbs up that I deserve, the likes that I deserve. So this is me. I paired up with my kimono, and you can see how lovely it is, right? Yes. So thank you for watching my tutorial. Like I said, if this video has been helpful in one way or the other, don't forget to what? Click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in another tutorial. And I want to thank my new subscribers and the old one. Thank you for subscribing. I love you guys. Bye.